New things. I want to do new things. I want to stop feeling anxious about the content that I make, thinking that no one's gonna give a shit, and I just want to chance it. Because that's what I started doing when I started making variety content. So, for those people who haven't stuck with my channel or have just found it recently, back in 2018, I branched out to variety content, and I used to just play a game called Team Fortress 2 and do nothing but that. Turns out doing the same thing forever made me miserable. So I branched out and I started bringing a bunch of new ideas to the channel, and because of that, my channel pretty much exploded and actually took off in kind of new fashion. One of the most exciting parts about it was there was nothing that I felt like I couldn't do. But because of anxiety lately, I've been feeling like there's a bunch of stuff I can't do, and I'm sick of that. I want to get back to where I was, because I love that feeling. I thank you so much to everyone who sent words of my support, well, words of support my way recently, following my latest video. In case you missed it, I was talking about being on YouTube and suffering from anxiety and feeling pressured as a creator to constantly one-up myself. That video is now the most commented on thing I've ever done. It's just about 12,000 comments now, and the vast majority of those are words of kindness, words of support, words of reassurance. Thank you so much, everyone who took the time to write to me. A special mention as well to fellow creators who express similar concerns in their own comments and their own messages that they send to me, just to tell me that you're not alone. I've been having some of these thoughts too. It's been an incredibly reassuring experience, and I feel a lot better from having voiced it. I'm not out of the clear because I've still got anxiety in that, but I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling more like myself. I'm feeling like I'm not stressing so much about content, and that I just kind of want to take chances and do risky things again. For instance, we have a green screen now. I got out my old DSLR camera that I've got too, so we can have some higher webcam stuff. I figured out how to hook it up to my PC, which is something I've been putting off for ages because I'm a bit shy about showing myself on the internet. But sure, fuck it. Let's go with the new stuff and let's just give it a go. I'm very excited for making content again now, and I feel that this has been a very reassuring experience for me. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the people who reached out, in support. YouTube themselves actually did reach out to me on Twitter, just in the social media guide, which I feel a bit mixed about, because there's a system on YouTube that I don't think a lot of people know about that I think fuels a lot of anxiety for creators. So did you know on the YouTube dashboard, where it's basically your homepage for managing your channel, there's a thing called like a video report summary, and what it does is it categorically ranks your video compared to the previous 10 videos that you made. And YouTube gives you a little judgment based on how you're doing in terms of content in that report. It could have like big bad down arrows if your video didn't do as well as like your latest stuff, or it could have big green arrows indicating you've done really well. It's to the extent that if it's a 1 out of 10 video, confetti actually plays on the screen. But then if it does badly, conversely, YouTube will say, not as many people are watching this. What's wrong with you? You fucked up. And you can't turn this feature off. That's the crucial thing. I don't think a lot of people know about that. You cannot turn this unwanted feature off that sits right there on like the YouTube homepage every time you go to manage anything with your channel. And the reason I'm mentioning it is because I talked a lot about in my last video feeling that I have to constantly one-up myself, ranking my new content against the content I have just made, and feeling like a failure if it doesn't do as well. Well, it turns out if you categorically rate everything a 1 out of 10 position, you're going to doubt yourself. And of course that's going to cause anxiety. And you can't turn this feature off. Normally with YouTube Analytics, they're kind of relegated to their own section on your channel, so you can kind of get away from it, which I would recommend because it can be very stressful to look at numbers. But this is a part of the numbers that you cannot turn off. That is really, really stressful and not even that useful as well, because it doesn't factor in things like different video lengths or longevity of videos. Sometimes when I upload a video on the channel, I don't expect people to immediately watch it because it could be a 2-hour video. That's a video that I put out there for when people have the time to go back and watch it. This little ranking system doesn't factor any of that and just kind of fuels anxiety. So, YouTube, the fuck? So I was a bit mixed about them reaching out and offering support because they only implemented that system in recent years. Analytics are a very powerful tool, but it's more so the fact that you cannot disable this, and it's not even in the analytics section. It's a bit stressful. But going forward though, because I wanna just look to the future because I'm feeling quite excited and quite motivated again. I just want to do a bunch of new stuff. There are series ideas I've been sitting on for God knows how long now, and I just want to say, sure, fuck it, we're gonna give it a go. I got a bunch of new technology for me just to play with. Like I got my camera, I got my green screen, I got a freaking Valve Index, so I can do some more VR stuff. I thought that might be kind of cool, and I'm just excited for what's coming up. And also, just to mention on that too, I know that there's some series that I still need to finish, things that I've left to the wayside, like my Pokemon Nuzlocke, my Minecraft Build the Earth series we were doing. I want to get back to those too. But on top of getting back to those, I just want to do a bunch of new stuff too. And some of the things I've been a bit anxious and worried about bringing to the channel. Because sure, fuck it. This is my channel and I can do what I want here. And something that people really hammered home in the messages of support on the latest video is that you guys are just here for me and you support what I do. Sometimes I get it in my head that there is me and there is my content, and you guys only care about my content. That's simply not true. You guys care about me too. You care about the two together. And a good example that people pointed out for that is, we watched paint dry with you, Daniel. We'll watch you do anything. Which is a fair point. I can't argue against that. So I just want to say thank you for all the words of encouragement and support. I'm doing a lot better. What I want to do now, new things. I'm excited for what the future holds.